Do you think NWA influenced that at all, or do you think it was after
No,
NWA?
no, because
Not at all.
NWA, they pretty much set the tone of what was going on in their neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
New York rappers wasn't talking about getting beat up and hassled by the cops. I was getting pulled over just for having a nice car at least 3 to 4 times a week. But I never went in the studio and said fuck the police. But when NWA came out and said that, I could relate to what they were saying, what they were going through, and what they were saying to young black men at that time.
And look,
but
go ahead.
no, I'm saying, but I think once they came out and people started seeing, they didn't get the message. What they did was do it for shock value. I could say the word nigga. I could say fuck you, bitch, and all that shit. They did it for shock value, not for the artist, not for the artistry of it. NWA said they painted a picture, and what came after that was just a bunch of craziness.
And we wasn't we didn't label, because I started from the beginning at Ruthless Records. We didn't even call it gangster rap.
Right.
It was white media that call it gangster rap. We said we street reporters of reality rap.
Right. We call it hardcore.
We call it hardcore hip hop.
Yeah.
Easy E was the hip hop. See, hip hop thuckster. We were telling the story, a window of harsh realities that your media is not going to support outside of just putting you on a TV screen in handcuffs. And when you really think about it to this day, you got to think about it. That's why it's very important that while you have your autonomy and independence, to not just sell your pork belly so fast. Because it's the same old cycle that's going on. It happened in Little Richard Day, all those days, Ray Charles. It got a little bit better, you know what I mean? But now this is the season of enlightenment now. I could tell you, and this is the saddest thing in the world, as much as I like BET, as much as I like all these networks, not one black person owns it.
Right.
Not one.
BET is just BET turned into EBT overnight.
But my whole point of it is like you have to be able to not talk about the branches, but go to the root. At that time when NWA was making up records, and it was brothers getting Clinton, they were signing bills and stuff to lock brothers up in jail extra.
Yeah.
At the same time. So you got to say, who is the real gangsters? Or who is the one in a suppressed environment with no economic independence, low education. It's a systematic thing that happened, degradation through generations. It's like now we are starting to wise up, instead of talking about the branches, talk about the root to the problem. And that's one thing that you will get out of, cats like us, is that, hey, we doing records, but hip-hop stood for something consciously. It was a chance to open up the doors to talk about matters that nobody else wouldn't put on their platform.
Right.
And that's the importance of just recognizing how important hip-hop was to our community that lived in that suppression, and how is important it is, across the world, because there's ghettos across the world now. Because when they heard of Kool Rock Ski, Fat Boys, and Kokane, we get this all day long, man. Your records helped save my life. Your records helped save my life. And that's the most important thing to me as an artist,